Here with Ness. Ness, I think people want to know the history of you and Millz. So, we know where it happened and we know that type of stuff, but I mean, what's the story behind it? Because there's always more.
Well, Millz had a rep. Well, he just had a battle rap champ rep in New York at the time. And I was on the come up, and I was a part of that situation with the whole band thing. So they decided that I was fit to go up against him. So that's how we met that night. We had mutual friends, but we had never met face to face. But that night we met and we ended up battling, and it was big. It became classic in people's eyes, and shit like that you just don't get back. So, it was like three regulation rounds. I think it was a tie. And then we went like 2 extra rounds, and he came up with the famous "fuck you" verse.
Fuck you when the block you claim. Listen, fuck you and fuck your fame. You a ghetto superstar? Then fuck your name. And if I ever get a chance, I'ma fuck your dame. Then I might fuck your mother, then fuck your aunt and spit in your face like you fucking punk.
I made it more controversial, and then it kind of just, the battle stopped after that. So, but I had more material. But so that was the whole thing. Whether he lost or whether I lost or whether he won or whether I won. And the way Puff called it, people wasn't too cool about that.
That's a draw right there. That's simply a draw.
To be honest, it was a tie. I think Jae Millz is gonna be a star, and I know Ness is gonna be a star.
There's a big controversy around it, so that's why it's fit to be on Closure, RBE, ARP. Shouts out to ARP, RB, Rare Breed. So I'm just thankful to be still competing at a high level, and this got history. Half the fans split in the middle. Half the fans do know about it, half the fans don't. So it's good to see the new generation become a part of something that happened almost 10, 15 years ago too. So they get a glimpse of what was in the past, or they get to go through a time machine, but in the new era of battle rap.
Now this battle was clearly a written battle, but it was not a cappella.
Right.
Can you speak to that at all in terms of,
yeah, man.
During the time, was it more common for a cappella, was it more common for over beats, and why did you guys choose over beats? Who chose that?
Well, Puff is the one who went with the beats, so he had just a slew of beats. Like Puff is like a real producer, so he always listened to music and different beats. So he just had a beat tape CD with beats on it, and I had a beat tape. I had a beat tape from Black Key, which is my production deal at the time. So we just going through those beats, and we were just flowing off the beats. I think 1 or 2 of those beats was Black Keys, and another one was a couple of in-house producers from the Hitman, from Puffy's Hitman producer. Squad. So the beats was just everything back then. I mean, a lot of people was doing a cappella, but the beats was overwhelming. I think it was more 80% over beats than 20% a cappella. Niggas was putting on a beat before anything. And that's kind of how they got the cypher started. And that's how one MC came to the circle and another, and then they start trading rhymes, and that's how the battle actually went. Like dudes was still doing it off of like the human beatbox, like when I started. So it was like, it always been some type of rhythm, presence in battle rap. So I try to just stick to my guns with that, incorporate that along with some new shit that I learned, some of the shit that the new era like, scheming, punching, try to add some of that shit and just try to please everybody, because at the end of the day, it's a performance. But yeah, me and Millz got the history, and this is just good for hip hop, and this is good for battle rap. Everybody saw what happened to him in his last battle, which was his comeback battle. He didn't do so well, so I kind of was disappointed in that, because it kind of brought down the value for this battle. So I wanted to see him win, and I just, I ain't want this new dude that's on fire, 2 veterans, to lose to this dude. Like, I was rooting for him, and that's just real shit, but I ain't rooting for him in this. This, I got 2-1, 3-0 clear. No debating, whatever he tried to come up with or whatever he practiced, I hope he got. Well, he, all the instruments he need, because he gonna need it.
Now, Millz has the battle with you, and he has the first 2 Smack DVD battles. In your opinion, who's more important to battle rap, you or Jae Millz?
I would say I am, because of the visibility and how active I've been, and I've been with these smaller leagues, and I've been face to face with the Dre Dennises and the Bill Collectors and the Steams and the Lex Luthers and all the dudes that's coming up and kind of like getting the wave, and I mean, just basically having a big impact and getting a following on social media and in this battle rap community. So I've been in there with the killers, well, the quote unquote up and coming killers. So I think I deserve, you know what I'm saying, to be able to talk my shit. So I think I'm in a little bit more important, but I just on the front line with all these dudes, man, instead of just saying, I'm one of the vets and, you know, niggas should just, you know, niggas should get my shit. No, if you're not coming with it, you're not coming with it. It's bottom fucking line. People ain't paid to hear no bullshit. They stand up in lines long and wrapped around the corner and pay all these outrageous prices to see people put on a fucking performance. And that's what I get paid to do. So, yeah, but Millz is dead. Like, I don't know what to say. You know what I'm saying?
Who's gonna win?
I just told you, 2-1, me 3-0. I give him a round just for being Millz. He's gonna say some type of thing. I would hope that he would, coming off the hickey that he came off of. So, you know, I mean, hopefully he get it right the next 3 or 4 battles, but I don't think he'll get it right by this battle. He won't fully grasp what's going on. Even the soap opera shit that going on in the battle community with who fucking who and who gave what to who. Like, it's storylines you follow within this shit that when you make reference to in the battle rap, everybody gets it because they're following this shit. And certain shit like that, you know. But I ain't gonna give him too much insight on what I'm gonna talk about. I just got a lot of shit. I got 5 verses so far, and I'm still writing. So I'm just trying to, you know what I mean, fit all this data and all this firepower into 3 well-crafted rounds.
What's Millz gonna say about you?
To run in the mill, you know what I mean? One of these Philly niggas probably gave him some bullshit, sold him some bullshit, but that's okay. I'm used to that. The energy I feel on going in this one is never like I felt before. A lot of people saying I'm winning, and that's different for me because I'm always going to these Jones. Ness gonna get a hickey, he's gonna clunk him. And I always do good or make it debatable or, you know, just get out of it with my fucking life. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm blessed to just still being and competing at a high level with all these young dudes, man, and still getting in with these young killers. A lot of people just get it misconstrued, like, you know, we had a lot of issues back then with, you know, shit was being said and this verses was being dropped, but I was always in a mind state where we was gonna do the rematch. So I was writing for our rematch every season on Making a Bang, because every season I was being pressed by Puff to do the rematch. So after season 1 was over, scrap that, we gonna do the rematch. Season 2 was over, scrap that, we gonna do the rematch. So all the verses that you have been hearing was me preparing for our second battle or rematch. So you go back and listen to it, even the verses that I performed for Star, go back and listen to the content, what I was saying. You know what I mean? I was preparing for those, for the rematch. So, you know, that's a lot of people don't know. So that was an issue between me and him that never got resolved. But, you know, I mean, I just would go to you know, I mean, I had mutual friends in his neighborhood, and when I used to go to the Levels barbershop that was there on Madison Avenue, I think Lenox Avenue. He's from 144, which is right around the corner. So it's true, yeah, I've been in his crib and I met his brother and his, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, just the things that transpired, there's been a lot of time heals all wounds, but he can't get around his ass whipping. And, you know, I just been active. Like I said, I've been in there with the killers at the smaller leagues that's on to come up and getting a lot of light shed on them. And I'm in there, I'm active. And I mean, if that don't count for nothing, I don't know what's going on. But the history is there, the whole fairy tale storyline, being at that platform, and Puff did it and Judge did it. And we kind of gave like the blueprints to the battle rap rules, me choking in the first verse and Puff giving it to Jae Millz because his shit was flawless. A lot of these rules are still present in battle rap today. And you know what I'm saying, I think I'm one of the pioneers just for being a soldier in that, and then it's still crossing over to different continents, Russia and UK, and shit is big, man. So I'm just glad to be a part of a long history of dope MCs, man, that can just bring their best in their A game every time they perform.
Last question, all right? So you and Millz was a battle that really had a wide impact, right? Had a wide impact.
At that time.
At the time, but I mean, that's important for the overall history. So can you speak to that, like maybe, I don't know, what you saw after that battle?
I think we was both titans in a time where, you know, just before social media. So everything we was doing was word of mouth or, you know what I mean, the streets. And now it is just, you know what I mean, a nigga could lose the first round, niggas be on Twitter. Down, such and such down 1-0, such and such up 1-0. So it's just the information, how it's being transferred is sped up into So, I mean, word travels fast, good news travels fast, but bad news travels even faster. And all I got is bad news for Millz. So, but, you know, just the history is just looking back in it, you know what I mean, I wouldn't did nothing different. And I mean, evidently, obviously, it was a good outing because it got me to this point, to where people are interested in investing in doing, seeing the second outing of these two dudes go at it. So, respect the Millz, man. You know, we haven't talked since all this shit since 2000, early 2000s, but I see him after the battle, we can niggas be cool. If not, then we grown men. They ain't gotta, hey man, take these hickeys, man. Try to get better, work on your craft, and you know, try to do your shit, man. Shout out to my man Minnesota Luke coming through, always repping the brand, always repping the gang, man. Shout out to Rare Breed, ARP, man. It's going down May 4th. Closure is a big card. Bill Collector versus Hitman, Charlie Clips versus Mav, Jae Millz versus Old Red. It's going down, man. Ness versus Jae Millz, man. Blast from the past, we going back in the time machine. ARP, Rare Breed, May 4th, Closure, Atlanta.
Swagger down the street with your red lips and funky beat. You better hold your head up to the sky. I'm gonna roll with you till the day I die.
See, I live what I spit, so I spit what I live. Put your best up, I'll give any the biz.
Making me break the sweat. I put you rappers in the chokehold, break your neck.
That's a draw right there. That's simply a draw.
You think what you want?